But I do see that the energy here coming from your connection is quite positive. They understand that, you know, this is going to be some work, and they're willing to do the work, and they're willing to wait, and they're willing to be patient. They have a sort of practical faith in the growth of something. You know, like, hey man, we put the work in. We're going to see the rewards. We're going to reap the harvest. There's no doubt. We just need to put the work in, and we need to wait. Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your love reading for January 2021. If you are new here, my name's Amanda. I'm at Lunasync Tarot. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate you tuning in. So this month, Lunasync Tarot, the channel, reached 2,000 subscribers, which I'm really excited about, and just very grateful and thankful to all of you who have subscribed and continue to support the channel. So I'm doing a giveaway. I'm giving away 2 free 30-minute tarot readings. If you are interested in that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leave a comment below, and I will put all the names, all the people who leave comments into a hat, and I will draw 2 winners on January 1st, 2 winners in the new year, and we'll do your readings. All right, so in this love reading, we're going to take a look at your energy, what you're bringing to the table. We'll take a look at your connection, what they're bringing to the table. This is anybody that you're thinking about right now in January. We'll look at the combined energies, and we'll pull a card of insight. We'll also pull a few cards of guidance for you, and of course, we'll clarify the whole way through. So, let's sync up. I'm going to split the deck 3 ways here. I'm working with the Osho Zen deck as the foundational deck for this reading. In the position of you, we have the Hermit, aloneness. So there may be some separation between you and your connection. You're taking some time out, going off on your own, surrounding yourself with solitude in order to find an answer. In the position of your connection, what they're bringing to the table is going with the flow. I feel like they're like, okay, I'm going to go with the flow here. You need some time out? All right. I'm open to that. I'm receptive to that. And I am going to see how this plays out. So your connection seems to be receptive to this distance or separation that is occurring between the two of you at this time. In the position of the combined energies, we have we are the world. Wow, okay. So there is some sort of feeling of like the dream that we had together. And it's more than a dream. It really feels like a plan that had, you know, like a well-laid plan that had objectives and action steps and, you know, strategy behind it. Like, we're agreeing on this plan. We're going to do this. We're going to build this. It feels like you're building, you agreed to build something greater than the two of you alone. That is stalled at this moment. There's some sort of hiccup there where the plan is concerned in terms of building this wealth or abundance, or this thing that is bigger than your connection, right? That's the combined energy. And then the insight is the burden. Wow, this is the 6 of Swords in the traditional deck. Now, in the traditional deck, the meaning of the 6 of Swords is walking away, not walking away. It's like leaving a turbulent situation and, you know, kind of like making that decision of like, I got, you know, it's time for me to move on. I'm going to take everything with me that will serve me, and I'm going to leave everything else behind. And I'm going to move on into calmer waters and a period of, I'm just going to move on to what's better for me, what will serve me better. Now, this is in the reverse. It came out in the reverse. So it could be that there is a need to move on that is blocked. Like there may be fears or insecurities or anxieties around making that decision. Now, I'm going to read this interpretation as well. Read this card from this deck as well. In this particular deck, the Six of Clouds is what this is, the burden. This is when your ego is running the show and you're not listening to signs from your body. You're not paying attention to your physical needs. Your ego really is just like, you need to make this happen and I don't care what it takes. Make it happen. And it could be that you're coming out of a period of engaging with that type of energy. You might have been driving yourself really hard. And this aloneness is sort of the result of that behavior. Just like you have to separate, you have to step away, you have to go, you need to cut out all external stimulation in order to heal, because it looks like you're coming out of a time of just driving yourself really hard without paying attention to, a singular need and not paying attention to anything else. It's not very holistic, right? It's very focused, it's very driven, and it sounds like there were like physical compromises that were made, physical sacrifices or compromises that were made here. That's the insight. At this point, it does seem like, Virgo, this is more about you than it is about your connection. And your connection is just like, okay, cool. You know, like whatever you need. I'm going to go with the flow here. Because it does seem like this is more of a dilemma, a psychological dilemma, on the part of yourself. Let's clarify. I'm going to use this new deck. It's the Rose Monaco Tarot. I love it. The imagery is really quite beautiful. So, first let's clarify you with the Hermit. Aloneness. What are you taking a break from? Why are you taking a break? What are the characteristics of this? There could be distance between you and your love connection right now. And it could be because there was an imbalance in one or the other. Two of Cups, the Hermit. Okay, the Hermit came out to clarify the Hermit. Yeah, taking a break from love. I feel like you need to find some sort of answer here. Where it comes to love, where it comes to this connection. You need clarity here. What about your connection? Going with the flow. In the upright, it's a very positive card. It's a card of receptivity, openness, not pushing the river. I really feel like the insight here, somebody was pushing the river, just pushing hard, driving hard. And it was coming from this mental space, like this has got to happen. We have to do this. I don't care what compromises you need to make. I'm not listening to anything else except for my singular goal of achieving this thing. And the result was illness, physical, emotional, mental illness. But let's look at your connection, going with the flow. Can you tell us about going with the flow here? We have the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, some sort of progression. They have a different perspective where it comes to this goal that you two have been working on together. It's much more practical. It's much more down to earth. It's much more tangible. The Seven of Pentacles, they're like, we've done the work, you know, and now we wait for our harvest. And there's no, it's a card of patience. It's a card of waiting, and there's no pushing. It's like, okay, well, we sowed the seed. We nurtured the plant. We nurtured the seed, the seedling. We did the work that we needed to do. And now we need to just give it time to ripen, to reap. There's a sense of divine timing and an understanding of divine timing. Eight of Pentacles. They also understand that there's more work to do. And they're fine with it. I feel like they're, they have a very practical approach to whatever it is that you two were collaborating on together. Because again, I do sense that there was some sort of shared objective, shared plan, shared dream, shared goal. And they have a more practical approach. They're like, all right, well, again, I'm willing to put as much work into this as need be. And I also am willing to let go of control and relax and go with the flow and be receptive. They understand that this thing will ripen and the harvest will be rewarded. They will be rewarded. They'll see their return on investment within divine timing. So they have a patience about them. I feel like this took more of a toll on you, Virgo, whatever this thing that happened, because you're taking a time out in order to get clarity. And it has to do with this love connection. And I think there might be a question too of whether or not you both are seeing eye to eye. And so there's a timeout here for you, like a distance, a separation. Like I need to figure out how I feel about this, or I need to figure some things out for myself. Go within, be quiet, cut out all external stimulation. What was this plan that you had here in the combined energy? You had some sort of shared goal, some sort of objective. Two radically different approaches. I feel like you have some burnout happening here. Here. Ooh. So we asked, what was this shared goal? I'm not sure if the seeker came out in the reverse or upright, so I'm going to read both interpretations. This is typically the Fool. I like that she calls it the seeker in the Rose Monaco deck. That's also what another tarot reader calls, instead of saying client or querent, she calls the people that she does readings with seekers, which I think that's a really interesting way of looking at it. Okay, so we wanted to clarify what the shared objective was that you had going on with your connection. It definitely had to do with something totally brand new, like a new journey of some sort. It could have been travel. It could have been, it's just the Fool or the seeker is about just embarking on a totally new journey and leaving your baggage behind, because the seeker travels very light and takes with them hardly anything at all. It's a tabula rasa of sorts. In the upright, it is this energy of openness and receptivity. The Fool or the seeker is extremely wise, and this is a state of being that is difficult for most people to attain. There's a lot of fears for most people that come up when you embark on a totally new journey and you don't take much with you. You have to let go of a lot. So there is a letting go. There is a going with the flow. In the reverse, it's sometimes seen as foolish behavior, impulsive behavior. It could just be that energy is blocked. So there's some new beginning here around, I feel like it's a plan that you talked about. You both were on the same page with this. This was like something that you put a lot of time and energy into that just stalled. Could be your connection as well. It's like a stalled new beginning. There was a plan that you had in place, also stalled here. Dare I say that the energy, the call to action here for you, Virgo, is to heal, cut out external stimulation, go within, find the answers. You need an organizing principle for yourself at this moment, and that's only going to come from within. There's a quest for clarity on your part. And I see that the energy that your connection is bringing to the table here in January is quite positive. And they do seem receptive and open. This Fool energy is very much mirroring this go with the flow energy. You know, Virgos have a tendency to like a lot of structure and like a lot of organization. And that lends itself to a certain amount of desire for control. And so this might be bringing up some deep-seated fears or anxieties, you know, around that, like it really challenging you at your basic core level, your basic nature. But I do see that the energy here coming from your connection is quite positive. They understand that, you know, this is going to be some work, and they're willing to do the work, and they're willing to wait, and they're willing to be patient. They have a sort of practical faith in the growth of something. You know, like, hey man, we put the work in. We're gonna see the rewards. We're gonna reap the harvest. There's no doubt. We just need to put the work in, and we need to wait. It's like typical Taurian energy. I don't know if you're involved with the Taurus, but or an earth sign energy. It's like we think that we can, I'm a Taurus, so I'm speaking from my own perspective now, but we think, Taurians really think that they can accomplish anything through just hard work, you know, and sometimes it baffles us if we put our work into it and we don't see the rewards. It doesn't happen very frequently, because I think a lot of things do happen as a result of hard work. Of course, I'm a Taurus. But that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here from your connection as well. It's like, hey, you know, it's cool. We put the work in, we're going to see the rewards. There's a patience. And so if you're taking a time out, it's cool that they're patient with you and that they're just willing to wait. All right, so let's look at this burden card that came up in reverse. 6 of Clouds reversed, 6 of Swords reversed. There was a moving on, or a need to move on. Oh, yeah. Whoa, I haven't seen this card yet. 9 of Swords. I think you just got to the point, or somebody got to the point. Keep in mind, these energies could be reverse. It could be that you identify more with what I'm describing as your connection, and vice versa. Just take it for how it resonates, because oftentimes it does come up in the reverse or flipped. 9 of Swords. This speaks for itself, really. Look at the anxiety, sleepless nights. Somebody got to the point where they were like, I am so overwhelmed with fears and anxieties and concerns and burnt out, really. Getting to the point of burnout, emotionally, physically, mentally. Like I mentioned before, like illness felt on those levels, to the point where you have to take a break. You literally have to separate and go into like a dark room and for a period of time, and allow your nervous system to decalibrate, is what I'm hearing, or to heal. Like no stimulation. Dark room. Okay, tell us more about the insight. Give us more information about the insight here. Okay. This is a past love, a past connection. It had to do with a love connection. Could be feelings of the past, memories of the past. You might be triggered in this connection. It's bringing up some old stuff. I'm going to hold these 3 up. These all came out in the insight. Past love connection, past life connection, past memories. Bringing anxiety, concern, fear, and worry. Pushing you to the point of burnout, needing to take a break in order to heal mentally, emotionally, and physically. That's what I'm seeing for you, Virgo. I want to look a little bit more into these two cards. I'm not totally clear about what this is about. Some sort of shared goal, objective that was thwarted or halted or stalled in some way. It had to do with a new beginning. It had to do with, whoa. It had to do with the requirement was a leap of faith. It's like this shared thing required a leap of faith, and you were just like, I'm not too sure about taking that leap. Somebody was like that. Tell us more about this. What happens when the energies combine, when you two meet? These are just cards are coming out in clumps. Just one or two cards, please. Here we go. Okay. Whoa. What we have here is the Six of Wands. I'm going to just take a look at this really quick. Look at this. That's a cool interpretation, visual interpretation of the Six of Wands. Like, you can really see people celebrating this person and like the look of satisfaction on his face and joy. I mean, it's just pure joy. Like, yeah, I did it. Freaking did it. Job well done, victory, recognition, good news, Six of Wands. This is about success, achievement, victory. There may have been an emphasis, an overwhelming emphasis on achieving something. Like, we have to be victorious here. We have to do this. This has to be successful, right? Combined energies. Yeah, maybe too much of a focus on the thing that was connecting the two of you, the shared goal, the shared objective. Let it go is what I'm hearing. It's like you had the shared goal, the shared objective. Somebody became hyper focused on it and felt a real need for it to be successful. And that became the sole focus, right? Like, that's the only thing I care about, is that this thing is successful. And what was really needed was like, let it go, leap of faith, trust, you know, with this Seeker card. There was a lack of trust, and that's why there was a hyper focus on like a gripping onto this, like it's got to be successful. Knight of Wands. Ooh. Yeah. Coming in with this fiery, passionate, impulsive energy, taking action, right? The knights come in and they save the day and they take action. They're all about action. I feel like that energy was driving the show, or driving the bus. That energy was driving the bus here. And it really started to kind of just get in the way. Again, a message of divine timing. The wheel is turning, and it turns in its own time. Okay, dear Virgo, I'm going to pull a few cards of advice for you. Let's do that. Looks like you are in a time of solitude, in a period of solitude, going within. There may be a distance, a separation between you and your love connection at this moment, or maybe you're just taking some time for yourself. Does seem like your connection is open to that. I'm confident that if the work is put in, that they The return on investment will be seen, will be known, will be experienced. They have a very practical approach, grounded and practical approach. Let's get a card of guidance for Virgo, please. The call to action here is a need for patience, an understanding that there is divine timing at play here for you in this connection and whatever it is that you're working on with this person. Let go of control and approach it with a spirit of openness, receptivity, and trust. You will need to be able to take that leap of faith, and you can't control the outcome. You may be dealing with a certain amount of emotions, triggered emotions that you have to work through, sort through. And this hermit mode that you're in, twice the hermit came up for you, is a good place to do that work. I do feel like you got to a point of emotional, physical, mental burnout, fatigue, experiencing some illness, especially where your nervous system is concerned. Ah, yes, I love this. We got two cards that flew out here for you, Virgo. We have Maeve, cycles and rhythms, and this is paying attention to your body, to the cycles of your body. And then we have Hathor, receptivity. What have we been talking about? Hathor is badass, man. Look how powerful she looks. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. Okay, let's read. Let's read, shall we? Virgo. I'll read about Hathor first. You know what? I gotta say, I love these goddess cards, and I feel really sad that Doreen Virtue, the creator of these goddess cards, has renounced them and is claiming now that they are evil. Okay? It's just so weird to me. Hathor, receptivity. You have a maternal side to you that naturally cares for those in need, yet this must be balanced with receptivity or the flow is blocked. Receiving is the essence of feminine energy, and it means allowing yourself to receive with grace and gratitude. If you feel guilty when asking others for help, or if you feel bad about receiving gifts, then you've blocked your feminine energy. Your receptivity is just as natural as your nurturing, giving energy. Receptivity allows you to better hear the voices of the angels. When you receive, you have more resources to give to others. Begin by noticing the hundreds of gifts you receive each day, whether it's seeing beauty in nature, witnessing a touching human moment, or being hugged by a loved one. That hasn't happened for me in a while due to COVID. Simply say thank you for each gift and know that they're filling up your storehouse, keeping the divine flow going strong. Various meanings of this card: be still and listen, release guilt about receiving, ask for help, increase psychic awareness, know that you're in a learning cycle, healing is occurring, be more in your feminine energy, and then child conception, pregnancy, or birth, including adoption or favorable custody arrangements, are issues in your life. For some of you, that could have been the issue. That could have been the goal that you had with your partner here. Yeah. You know, I had a friend who was trying to get pregnant. This story just occurred to me. She shared that she was trying to get pregnant. This was several years ago. And she was doing it through IVF. And they were having, it was costing thousands and thousands of dollars. And she was having trouble conceiving. And they were trying again and again and again. And she was in my office talking with me about it. And I made the suggestion that she step into that mode of receptivity in whatever way was tangible for her, in whatever way she imagined that meant for her, stepping into that energy of receptivity. And she went to Florida, like within the next 2 weeks, she went to Florida, and she put her chair in the ocean at the, walked into the waves, not deep into the waves, but at the, where the waves crash onto the shore. And she put her chair in the ocean, and she sat there for, not 24/7, but for the whole length of their time there. She sat there and just put herself into this headspace of receptivity. And she got pregnant. So there's this call for you to put yourself into that energy of receiving, that receptive energy. And it's repeated throughout this entire reading, Virgo. Your partner seems to be in that energy. And so they can bring that energy to you, share that energy with you, or teach you something about that energy of being receptive, taking that leap of faith, openness, trust. Let's read about Maeve. Hathor also mentions something about healing. She mentions something about cycles, like honor your cycles. That's what Maeve is about as well. And we have this message here in this reading of divine timing. 7 of Pentacles, which came out to clarify your connection, is about divine timing. In the Mother Peace deck, it shows a very pregnant woman sitting amongst watermelon vines and watermelon fruits. And that card speaks of everything happens in divine timing, and you can do nothing but wait, because you can't pick the watermelon before it's ripe, and you can't force a birth, right? It's about waiting. Waiting is so much a part of manifesting something. That energy of patience, that energy of patience. Okay, let's read about Maeve. Cycles and rhythms. All of life is cyclical. The moon, the stars, and the very universe. Life inhales and then exhales again. So why should you be so surprised or upset that you too have cycles? There are times when you feel energized, awake, and alive. There are other times when you feel isolated and shy. Your body too goes through pronounced cycles and changes. Celebrate these rhythms and embrace them as the essence of the lifeblood that courses through you. Various meanings of this card. Female gynecological changes. Okay, so for some of you, this is a reading about pregnancy, about gestation, about birth, about a want or a desire to be pregnant, to bring another life onto this planet. Because that message was in both of these cards here. Female gynecological changes, starting menses or menopause, for example, are an issue for you. Make time to rest. Initiate steps to alleviate depression or lethargy. Take better care of your body. Seek support for dealing with emotional crises. Allow yourself to grieve or take time off. Know this lull won't last forever. A doorway of opportunity has opened up and you need to walk through it now. Wow. Ooh, that's intense. If some of you out there are going through a hard time, know that this is temporary and will change. This is just part of a natural cycle that of your body, and also just your emotional development, right? I know from my own experience that when I am depressed, when I'm having a hard time, it's hard for me to see outside of it. It's hard for me to remember that this is a temporary reality. And so just know that's a message that's coming through strongly for some of you who are going through a difficult time right now, especially where, this maybe desire to have a baby, or maybe, God forbid, a loss of a child is concerned. I don't have experience with that. And I am sending you my deepest heartfelt love and compassion if you are experiencing that. Know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that this is not your permanent reality. And there's a call to honor what you're going through right now. And it does seem like you're going through this period of healing, separation and healing. Let's pull one more card for you, Virgo, from the medicine deck. If this reading is resonating with you, please hit the like button so it can circulate amongst others, and consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like to go deeper with some of this, I'm doing personal readings. You can find a link below in the description box to my Etsy shop, also to my website. I would love to read for you. Wait, this is the wrong deck. We're not doing this one. We're doing this one. One more card of guidance for Virgo with the medicine deck. Children. Six of Cups features children. Yeah, there's a very specific message coming through here about a love connection and about a desire for children, or children prominently featured in this relationship. Turkey. This is the giveaway. It also speaks to giving and receiving. 3 and 1 equals 4. That's a number of stability, solidity, structure. Okay, let's read about Turkey. Turkey was the medicine of many saints and Gnostics or mystics. Celebrate if you have turkey medicine. Your virtues are many. You have transcended self. You act and react on behalf of others. You aspire to help those who need help. This is not out of some sense of self-righteous moralism or religious guilt. Help and sustenance is given by Turkey out of the realization that all life is sacred. It is knowing that the Great Spirit resides within all people. It is an acknowledgement that what you do for others, you do for yourself. Turkey medicine rests in true ego in enlightenment. True ego is enlightenment. Oh, that's cool. Doing unto others and feeding the people is the message of all true spiritual systems. Depending on how Turkey is aspected in your cards, you are being given a gift. This gift could be spiritual, material, or even intellectual. The gift may be great or small, but it is never insignificant. Congratulations. You may have just won the lottery, or the gift may be a beautiful sunset or the smell of a fragrant flower. On the other hand, you may feel the spirit of giving growing within you and wanting to share with others. Was it Hawthorne that also said, like, acknowledge the gifts, right? The hundreds of gifts that you receive each day. You know, the beauty of a flower, or, you know, the smell of cookies baking. This is also asking you to acknowledge the gifts and also prepare for a gift, a spiritual gift that is coming your way. Wow, Virgo. I'm wishing you the best in January. I hope you take good care. Have a good one.